This is the political map of Caribbean islands. Along with the Caribbean islands, you can see the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. This is our complete route map of our Caribbean cruise. We sailed from Miami and staying 2 nights on sea, we reached the capital city Charlotte-Amalie of US Virgin Islands. From there, we sailed to St. John's City of Antigua and Barbuda. Next, we sailed to Bridgetown, which is the capital of Barbados Island. After that, we went to St. George, capital of Grenada. Next to Wilmstead, city of Curaçao. After seeing Curaçao, we reached Oranjestead of Aruba Islands. Finally, after seeing Aruba Islands, we sailed back to Miami, staying 2 nights on sea. The West Indies is a sub-region of North America surrounded by the North Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, which comprises of 13 independent island countries and 19 dependencies in 3 archipelagos: the Greater Antilles, the Lesser Antilles, and the Lucayan Archipelago. The sub-region includes all the islands in the Antilles plus the Bahamas and the Turks and the Caicos Islands, which are in the North Atlantic Ocean. For simplicity, we have divided geographically the Caribbean islands into 3 groups. One is Lucayan Archipelago, number 2 Greater Antilles, and number 3 Lesser Antilles. You can see all these 3 groups in my map, colored in 3 different colors. Flag of Curaçao. We are now touring West Indies. In my last video, you had seen Grenada. Today, we'll sail from Grenada to Curaçao, one of the most beautiful islands of West Indies. We are now approaching Curaçao Island. Here we can see a pilot steamboat is guiding our ship to the harbor. Curaçao, a Dutch Caribbean island, is known for its beaches stacked into coves and its expansive coral reefs rich with marine life. There you can see a bridge. We'll talk more about it later. There's a small sea beach, and this is the welcome board Curaçao. We had disembarked from our ship and we'll do a sightseeing tour of Wilmstead, the capital of Curaçao. There is our ship. Tourists are gradually coming for sightseeing tour after their disembarkation.
Hello.
Yeah. This is also a flag of Curaçao. In between there is a flag of Netherlands. The city which we will tour now is Wilmstead, capital of Curaçao. This is our local guide explaining about our guided tour now. The currency of Curaçao is the Antillean guilder, also called the florin. First, we'll see the reef fort. When the Dutch arrived here in 1634, they built forts at key points around the island to protect themselves from foreign powers, privateers and pirates. 6 of the best preserved forts can still be seen, that is Fort Amsterdam, Fort Bickenburg, Fort Nassau, Water Fort, Reef Fort and Fort Piscadera. The Reef Fort is located opposite to the Water Fort across the Otrabanda Harbour entrance. It now contains restaurants and shops and the Renaissance Mall. The Reef fort in Curaçao was the work of a Dutch engineer, Baron Graherhoff, outfitted with walls nearly a foot thick and 56 cannons and 27 arches. Over the years, it has served as a prison, a police headquarters. You can see now the fort is in the list of UNESCO Heritage Site. That site is the Pundra Island. Whereas this side is called Otrabanda Island. There you can see the bridge which connects both these islands. This bridge is Queen Emma Bridge. The Queen Emma Bridge, which is 551 feet long pontoon bridge, connects pedestrians between the Punda and Otrabanda district. And the bigger bridge, which is at a height, is called Queen Juliana Bridge. Queen Juliana Bridge is new. The capital, Willemstad, has pastel-colored colonial architecture. It has the floating Queen Emma Bridge and the sand-floored 17th century Mikveh Israel Emmanuel Synagogue. We are now standing on the Queen Emma Bridge and will be crossing to the other side. Willemstad is also a gateway to the western beaches like Blue Bay, which is a popular diving site. Curaçao, a small Caribbean island off the Venezuelan coast, is an oil refining and tourist center. It became an autonomous country within the Kingdom of the Netherlands in 2010 in a change of constitutional status that dissolved the Netherlands Antilles. This is a lovelock area. You had seen these type of things in some of my previous videos of Europe. There the ship which you are seeing is going to cross to the other side of the bridge. See how the bridge opens. It divides in between and allows the boat or any small ships to pass through. This swings open to allow the passage of ships to and from the port. The bridge was originally opened in 1888 and the current bridge was installed in 1939. Sometimes called by the locals our swinging old lady. Curaçao is sometimes also called Dutch Caribbean. It is the largest of the ABC islands in both area and population. Now you see, after the boat has passed, the bridge joins. This is Governor's House. This building was built in 1708 and named Pena. We are now in Pundra Island. We will now do a walking tour of Willemstad town. In Curaçao, you must have a US passport valid for the duration of your stay or a US visa and a completed embarkation and disembarkation card. With centuries of history, Willemstad, the capital of Curaçao, is a captivating town, being the only World Heritage Site in the Caribbean with the world-class museums and unique hotels. In the distance, you can see one of the largest refinery of the world. Venezuela is very close from here. The traders from Venezuela come here in Willemstad to sell their commodities. The area which you are seeing in front is actually the fish market held every day. Fishermen from Venezuela comes and sell their fresh held fishes, but as there is border disturbance now, the space is empty and the market is closed. This is Plaza J.A. Korea, a beautiful plaza, and this building was a local Jewish bank before. Willemstad, great atmosphere for wandering around, shopping and sightseeing. And now we are in the floating market area of Curaçao. I've told you before, traders come from Venezuela in the small boats and sell their commodities here in these stalls. The vendors from Venezuela here sell just caught fish and tropical fruits and vegetables. You can see the boats of the traders are in the canal. These are the shops. Mornings are the best time to visit this floating market. This was a meat shop before. This was the old market of Wilmstead. Here we are enjoying a free liquor tasting. Now we will see the oldest synagogue of the Western Hemisphere. In 1674, the Curaçao synagogue was built by the Portuguese Jews from Amsterdam and Recliff in Brazil, who had settled in the city as traders. The name of the synagogue is Mikveh Israel Emmanuel Synagogue. Local eateries all around. Model of the Santa Claus still there because Christmas was held 2 weeks ago. These shops you are seeing were prisons before. Now they are converted into different types of shops and restaurants. After seeing this area, we will now proceed to the most beautiful beach of Curaçao, that is Mambo Beach. This Curaçao island has diverse architectural styles reflecting the influence of the various historical rulers over the region, including Spain, the Netherlands, with more modern elements under Western influence, primarily the US and the European countries. Just have a look at the crowded Mambo Beach. It's so lively. The locals are enjoying the sun here. These are local musicians entertaining the tourists here. After seeing most of the touristic spots of Curaçao, we are now returning to the ship. In my next video, see our sailing from Curaçao to Aruba Island and the whole of Aruba Island. Owing to the island's history of colonial times, majority of the Curacaoans are of African or partial African descent. There are also many people of Dutch, French, Latin American, South Asian, East Asian and Levantine descent. Presently, we are on the Queen Juliana Bridge. It's a bridge which we saw from distance before. The Queen Juliana Bridge connects mobile traffic between the Pundra and Otrabanda Islands. It's around 185 feet above the sea and it is one of the highest bridges in the Caribbean. See all these houses as if they are drawn in pastel colors. Finally, we return to our ship and now we'll sail to Aruba. After seeing my videos, please do like, share and comment, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel.